Thank you, and thank you, Andrew, for inviting me back. If you recall, a year ago, I introduced you to the tiny little moon Enceladus, which is no bigger than the state of Colorado and is shown here alongside Saturn in glorious color. This is a moon that is geologically distinct from all other Saturnian moons. There are vast regions on this moon that are completely crater-free and crisscrossed by multitudes of fractures, multiple generations of fractures, which is a clear sign that this has been a geologically active place and has a very complicated past. And no place on this moon was more fascinating a year ago when I presented these results to you than the South Pole of Enceladus, which you're looking at here. The exact South Pole is about there. This whole region is ringed by continuous fracture and mountain belts and folds and so on. It completely separates this region from the rest of the moon. And it is characterized, if you recall, by a set of evenly spaced fractures shown right here, which Cassini found to be warm, coated with simple organic materials and spewing water vapor into the space above Enceladus. Well, since then, since the last PopTech, in fact, on November 27th, Cassini delivered probably the most spectacular find that we have yet made. The imaging team acquired this utterly fantastic image of jets of fine, icy material reaching tens of miles above the surface of Enceladus. There's many of them, and they're all just lots of tiny ice particles the size of powder. And when we computer process an image like this to bring out the very faint light levels with color, you can see that these jets feed a plume that's gargantuan, extends far above the surface of Enceladus. Since then, in the intervening year, we've seen this now many times. We have lots of images of it. Here it is again, taken farther away than the previous image, and we've color-coded it again, and you could see just how extensive this plume is. Here it is again, seen from a greater distance, and you could see that Enceladus is embedded in a ring of fine icy particles that the jets on Enceladus actually create. And then yet again. Well, using these images and what they tell us about the abundance of icy particles and water vapor that is emerging from Enceladus, my team and I have reached the conclusion that these jets are in fact erupting from pockets of liquid water on this small little moon and possibly very close to the surface. This is a startling conclusion, and if we are correct, it means that we on Cassini have just stumbled upon what has become the cardinal goal, in fact, of modern day exploration, and that is to discover an environment that might be potentially suitable for living organisms. Okay, the implications of this are profound, because if we are correct, and if Genesis has occurred for a second time in our solar system, then that single fact alone would mean that it has occurred a staggering number of times throughout our cosmos and in the 13.7 billion year life of it. So I wanted to update you on that fantastic result, which has occurred since last PopTech, and I wanted to leave you with something special. About a month ago, Cassini's trajectory took it far from the planet and deep within the shadow of Saturn, and from that vantage point, we turned our cameras back in the direction of the sun, so we're free of glare. The planet is blocking the sun itself, and we took a series of images that have been a series of images of the entire inner Saturnian system that have been composited to make a view that humans have never seen before, and that is a total eclipse of the sun seen from the Saturn system. And amidst all this fantastic beauty, we spotted from across prodigious distances of interplanetary space our own planet nestled in the arms of Saturn's rings. Right there. That is Earth, an hour image taken on September 15th, 2006. Thank you.